Today it is June 2nd, 7/11 to be exact, and today is the day I graduated high school 3 years ago. I gotta be completely honest, I don't think I've run since last year. I don't need to run. It's a good thing. I should do it. I'm not going to though. And last year I said I'm gonna lie to myself and say I am, and then not do it. This year I'm not even gonna lie to myself. There's too much going on in the world for me to lie to myself. I'm not gonna run this year, but I'll run today. Okay, now I remember why I do this once a year. Well, you know, Christmas happens once a year, and I look forward to that, so what? How is this different? Well, after Christmas, my body doesn't feel like it betrayed itself. Actually, depending on how much I eat, that might be true as well. All right, 1 mile done. We're getting better, because I watched my video from last year, and apparently the year I graduated high school, 2017, my mile time was 9:13. In 2018, it was 10:10. Last year, 2019, it was 9:28. And this year, 2020, I got an 8:47 mile. So look at that, you know, we're getting better, and the world is getting a lot worse. Well, it's not the world is getting worse. No, it is. But on top of it getting worse, we're seeing, you know, more of it. And there's plenty of bad stuff to go around for all folks. You know that whole argument where it's like, why do we have world hunger if we have enough food in the world? Because we need to get the food to certain places. It's the same thing with bad news. There's enough bad news to go around. It's just getting it to everyone that is the problem. But now with social media, getting bad news is oh so easy. And so we don't have a world hunger problem, or in our case, a bad news shortage, because we can get it to anyone, anywhere. Speaking of bad news, let's give a quick revisit to my high school. Well, there it is. Wood Creek High School. And they still have that board that they added last year, I think. So that's great that it's working out for them. Is it just glass on the ground in the parking lot? Look at that. There's just glass on the ground. It makes sense that there's broken glass in the parking lot though, because things are in shambles. See, usually I show you that graduation is set up over there, and I complain about how these darn tootin' rootin' rascals are out of school, and I got 2 more weeks, the 2 hardest weeks of my school year, finals. But as you just saw, I can't point at anything and be like, look at them finishing early, because they didn't have a physical graduation this year because of the pandemic. COVID, Corona, if you will. And it just goes to show how weird of a time this is. I wonder how many times people have said that line. Oh man, times are weird. The 3 words, times are weird, those have probably been said at least a couple hundred times, right? But this is not a normal year. I think we can all agree on that, you know? And yes, it is a weird year because of the pandemic, you know, Corona, but it's also turning out to be a very weird year for many other reasons. I found out yesterday that I think Ebola is coming back, which is, wow. First we got Incredibles 2, and now we got Ebola 2. It just, wow, the sequels, they are coming fast. But, you know, the big thing right now, it's June 2nd, as you probably saw. The big thing right now is Black Lives Matter, and this isn't a new issue. Imagine needing to say this entire race of people, they matter too. Why did we even need to get to that point? A week ago, George Floyd was murdered. I don't need to explain who George Floyd is. You're a human being on this earth. You know exactly what's going on. And in the first couple days, I didn't really truly grasp what was happening because I had 2 school projects and a midterm. I was kind of only getting my news from the TV. I was not really on social media. So I didn't really hear the outcry of actual human beings. I was just saying what was on TV, and we all have seen what's on TV. That is a bunch of garbage, to say it fancily. Is fancily a word? I don't know. But after I finished my school stuff, I tried to educate myself by going on social media and just reading stuff. And oh my god, man, what the hell? It sucks because I was like, oh god, I should say something. I've been silent. I'm part of the problem. I haven't posted shit on my social media. And if you're close to me, you're probably very disappointed in me. And I totally get it. I'm very disappointed with myself, which is like, don't feel disappointed with yourself. Just do something, you fool. And I get that. But I didn't want to do the wrong thing. Because after all my time of reading online, I saw that a lot of people's messages just kind of boiled down to one thing. And the one thing was, racism is bad. We shouldn't do it. But on top of racism being bad, which we all know, or you would think we would. There's also this other message that our institutions are set up in a way that totally supports racism, like cops. You know, they can like pretty easily be racist, right? Is that crazy? I just struggled about what to write. This is so sad, let me tell you. There's these 3 people I absolutely adore. I respect them so much. They're so intelligent. I love them. Their names are Derek, Ashley, and Taylor. And they are amazing. And they really handle activism in such a beautiful way. It's fun to watch how they handle activism. And I even thought about, I was like, I should ask them what I should say, because they know what a human being should say in this situation. I'm a dummy that likes to tell jokes. I'm definitely gonna mess this one up. But I didn't end up reaching out to them because that's so stupid. Why would I? I have an opinion of my own. I don't really share my opinion on here. And if I do, they're usually, you know, shielded by jokes. So my opinions are never really out there on the internet. And it's not like I don't put my opinion on the internet because I'm like scared of losing followers or having people not like me. If you think racism or whatever is good, then you know what, man? Fuck you. I don't care. That's the thing. I'm not scared of losing followers or like viewers or anything. It's just I didn't want to say the wrong thing, so I didn't. And when you're silent, you are part of the problem. It's true. Everyone says it, but it's true. I came into this little piece right here not knowing what I was gonna say, so I'm sorry that this is all over the place. But that's the thing. I truly don't know what to say in a time like this, because I was talking to my sister and I was like, you know, this shit has been happening all the time. It's just now there's cameras on it. And my sister said, you know, that's what Will Smith said. I was like, really? Well, You know, Will Smith also said, I'm the genie, baby, in Aladdin. So the man's got range. What can I say? But it's true. This racist shit has been happening forever. But now we're pointing cameras at it and putting it online. It's the same thing I was talking about earlier. This shit has been happening all the time, and the bad news is everywhere. It's just now we have access to it, and we can truly see how bad things are. And that's the thing. This all boils down to racism is bad. Don't be racist. So I was like, how do I say this in a good way? And that's just why I'm talking through it with you, because I don't know what to say. But I know, like, you know, there's a bunch of things that are right, like racism being bad. I didn't think that needed to be said, but apparently we do. It's like if I saw a guy that drop kicked a baby. Never in my life would I have to think that I was gonna have to tell someone that, hey, drop kicking babies is a bad thing to do. But then I see a guy drop kick a baby, and I'm like, oh my God, did you just drop kick a baby? Dude, that is so bad. You shouldn't do that. And so in the same way, I never thought I would have to be like, hey, don't drop kick babies. I didn't think I would ever have to say, hey, racism is bad. Don't be that and do that. But look at us. Apparently we have to say that. And I've seen a lot of people be like, hey, if you're silent, I see you. You fucking suck. And trust me, I know. Oh my God, I've had trouble sleeping the past couple days because I'm like, oh my God, I am part of the problem. But it's because I didn't know how to be part of the solution. But the thing is, I think, okay, so I didn't know how to be part of the solution. If you're in the same boat as me, I think this is what we do. Listen close, because I think I got it figured out. It's not even necessarily that we have to say the perfect and right thing. I think we just have to keep saying the good things. You know, reinforce the good stuff. Even if it's obvious, apparently, as we've seen, it's not obvious at all. There's still people drop kicking babies. So I think, as ridiculous as it seems, we just have to keep telling people, hey, you shouldn't be racist. That's not a good look, you know? Racism is like polka dots. It's only for clowns. It's not a good look. Okay? I was in this religious studies class yesterday. Our professor is the best. And yesterday she realized how hard things are for students because this fucking sucks. And so yesterday class, we just had a discussion. The whole 50 minutes of class, we just talked about our feelings and, you know, what we think of the situation. And our teacher asked, would anyone like to start? Would anyone like to say anything? Start the discussion. And this girl, in a very shaky voice, you could tell she was terrified as fuck, man. But she said it with her whole chest. And I wish everyone did. She said, I just hope that this doesn't get swept under the carpet. And on face value, what a fucking stupid thing to say, right? It's the same thing as saying racism is bad. These are obvious things. We know racism is bad. We don't want this to be swept under the carpet in a couple of weeks, or worse, in a week. It's a really stupid thing to say, right? But it's not, because we all don't believe that right now. I'm all over the place. This is why, see, this is why I'm never serious on my channel. I don't know what to say. When the girl said that, I was like, are you serious? Do we really need to say that? And yeah, apparently we do, because some guy spoke up and he was like, yeah, that's true, but what's with all the looting? It's like, motherfucker, it's not about the looting. We then continued to talk about looting for like 15 minutes. We were completely missing the point. It's not about looting. Target doesn't give a shit how many things of theirs you steal. I think even like the CEO of Target or some shit came forward and was like, hey guys, it's cool. Doesn't matter. We'll be fine. But that's the thing, we get hooked up on looting and then we completely miss the point. It's about the black lives. Those matter. Fucking flat screen TVs from Target can kind of take a back seat to black lives right now. But yeah, I've seen some people like start talking about looting and then it's like, well, guys, what are we actually talking about here? You know? This is everything that's going on in my brain and I have no idea how to articulate it. This is tough. But that's the thing, it's not. It shouldn't be tough. I don't know, this just to get back to where I started, and the whole thing I've been struggling with, I just thought we all were on the same page. I thought we were all cool with racism being bad. I didn't know that that was up for debate, you know? God damn. It's like someone driving down the wrong side of the street and then like they get in a car accident and then, you know, you like talk to the person after and the person going the right way was like, what the fuck are you doing? And the person going the wrong way is like, what do you mean? What were you doing? You were going the wrong way. And it's like, what? No, man. Just drive on the right side of the street, okay? Don't drive head on with your racism is okay bullshit, okay? Let's come up with one more good analogy to really just... Racism is like... Oh, here's one. What if... Racism is like a white cop shooting a black person, killing them, and then being like, what? They... Look at their skin color. I had to do that. See, that should be a thing that is just made up and so sick, but that fucking happened. And it happens every goddamn day. But like Will Smith said, now we're finally getting cameras pointed at that shit. Times are weird. Times are weird. I think it's very clear that there's a problem in America. I mean, it's obvious that there's a problem. And earlier today in the clip that you just watched, I talked about how you know, what do we do to move forward from here? And I mentioned we just have to keep saying the good stuff. And I didn't mean just like positive stuff, like show pictures of cops with people. I don't mean like the feel-good stuff. I mean like good information. Because like the girl said, we don't want this to be swept under the carpet. We don't want this to die down in a couple days or weeks or however long. And so to combat that, we just have to keep talking about it and keep talking about the things that matter. And so I haven't become much more articulate by the end of the day, but I know that I need to provide you with the right tools so that we can make a change. I think there's two things that we really need to do. I think the first one is, you know, when the time comes, we need to vote. Because there's only so much we can do, and then at a certain point, it's up to the people that make the laws to really implement real change. The second thing that we should do is go visit a bunch of these links that I'm going to put in the description, and I'll keep updating these as I find more of them because I'm finding like cooler ones every day that are making great change. So I'll keep updating the description. So visit the description of this video. It's going to have a lot of cool links that will help this movement, and I really hope that you use them effectively. Usually this video every year is like me thanking people that watch me, but that doesn't fucking matter right now. I mean, thank you so much, but please, at a time like this, I would love to see you be part of this movement. This isn't like a trend. This isn't like a quirky thing we do for a couple days or weeks. This is a real thing. This is something that involves real people and their lives, and I think we should take that very seriously. I know I was very like smiley and laughy earlier because that's how I deal with serious stuff. I make jokes and, you know, I'm that guy that, you know, when you find out someone dies, I immediately laugh and then I break down and cry. So you were just looking at the initial laugh. But now when I would usually break down and cry, I think it's actually time to, you know, band together and be stronger than ever and actually make some change. Because we can't break down right now. We have to be together and stronger than ever. So please, visit these links, and I would love to see some change in the world. Thank you guys. I hope you're being safe.